only way to expose the corruption that's starting to expand into our great country. It seems to have started here. The great thing, the shovel-ready jobs. Prosperity to nowhere. I'm just a shallow dude from Brentwood, okay? OJ's Brentwood. I had no idea in 2010. I always heard about Chicago politics, but I had no idea. I had no idea. And I always thought it was soft. I'm like, I'm from Brentwood. I'm from Brentwood. I'm like, a bad day is bad sushi. Like, I didn't like it. The road, just didn't like it. And then this thing happened called the Obama administration. And I'm telling you, I'm so shallow, you really have to kick me in the nuts to really get me to notice that something's going awry. And just like every day, it just kept happening over and over and over. I'm like, I don't know. I've got a fantasy baseball team to manage. I've got 4 kids. I don't really want to get myself. Oh God! They kept kicking your friends in Chicago. What's up? My dad's from Chicago. I used to think Chicago was the greatest place on the friggin' planet. I don't understand what Chicago means to me. I'm shallow. I'm from Los Angeles. I like sushi. Let me try to think of some of the other things. I really am the most shallow person you'll ever meet. Let me think of some of the things I like. Here's what I like. I like at 11:05 turning into WGN and watching Cubs games. I honestly, and if somebody calls me up in the middle of the day and it's like the 3rd inning, the Cubs are playing the Brewers, hey! I'm like, I'm not moving. This is great. And my favorite person in all of Chicago is the cameraman at the Cubs games. I'm married, I'm happily married, but in the theoretical world in which I'm not married, this man points to these perfect women wearing Cubs hats, drinking beer on a Wednesday at 1:20 in the afternoon. I'm going, oh my God, I don't think I can even compute that information. There's nothing like that at Dodger Stadium. I don't like Chicago. I love Chicago. I live in the shitty town of Los Angeles where my neighbors suck. They suck so hard, it hurts. So I always thought Chicago was the one. I don't care about the weather. The people are cool. The people are normal. The people get it. And then Barack Obama got elected. This is what you call a paradox, my friend. How many people here don't recognize we're living in a paradox's paradox? Because the people who I started to realize were causing mass mayhem out there the Chicago way were being met by people in the Chicago Tea Party and the St. Louis Tea Party, people who understood and had been taking account of this thugocracy that has moved into Washington, that has spent billions and trillions of dollars in shovel-ready non-jobs, and in the process of enriching their friends and relatives, like Nancy Pelosi, as we just found the other day, or Solyndra, for our mere exposure of said blatant, obvious corruption, we're called racist, sexist, homophobic. Oh, and on top of that, they throw eggs at us. the unions, the Trumkas, the Hoffas. Fuck you. Started. I want to tell you what happened since the Chicago way moved its way into Washington and we started to rebel against it. They thought that they could okay. You with your extremist rhetoric. They thought, David Axelrod is what I mean by they. Thought, cynically, he could take this guy who happened to be of half African descent, half Punahou descent, and then they could shove down every Democratic piece of shit legislation that they ever thought of in their entire lives, and they were going to be able to say, if you disagree with Solyndra, you're a racist. If you disagree with our not making any dams so that we can create hydroelectric power, you're a racist. Everything racist. That was their strategy. And it couldn't happen because it's based upon such stupidity at just the weirdest level. It couldn't happen unless you had the mainstream media. 100%. And the reason why I'm here tonight, I wouldn't have invited me 2 years ago. But the thing that separates me from your typical Tea Party jerk-off like me, who wants to talk because he likes to hear himself speak, is, I said, it's not the politicians. We're a center-right country. We've always been a center-right country. We believe in freedom. We believe in liberty. We believe that in the great, vast middle class, that if you work hard enough, you're going to get far enough ahead. We've always believed that. But the left, the cultural left, thank you for ever so slightly cheering what makes this country great. But the left doesn't even have to try to make an argument. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. It's because of a thing that I call the Democrat media complex. It's the natural alliance of the Democratic Party, the mainstream media, and liberal interest groups. And you see it everywhere you go. In which you expose Solyndra, and it's a slam dunk. Or if you expose Anthony Weiner, and I'm being accused for 3 weeks of being a hacker. I don't even know how to turn on my computer. I'm pathetic. And I'm a hacker. An Acorn, in about 7 out of 8 or 9 offices, one office said no, but the rest said, when James O'Keefe went in with Hannah Giles and said, hi, I'm a pimp, she's a prostitute. We'd like to start an underage pimp and prostitute operation, a brothel as it were. But it's not your average brothel, it's with underage girls. It's not just underage girls, they're not here they're here illegally from El Salvador. And in every office except for one, Acorn's like, okay, here's how we can help you get hooked up with government services and taxes. And I now find myself 2 years later, after that slam dunk, having the institutional left saying that James O'Keefe selectively edited those videos when I told James, you know, you're up against pure evil. And Primetime Live at ABC have never done, and I'm going to make sure that you put up the full audio and the full transcript, so when you deliver these truncated, edited videos, because there's no